Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking about the user story, and this is more specific to Salesforce BA. And for any other roles like Salesforce QA, Salesforce developer, you can watch this video and understand how user stories are written and what are the acceptance criteria being defined in the user story, and how the refinement has been done, and what when you are working on any user story, for example, to work on, you may ask like these are the gaps that you see in the user story, and you can ask to fill those gap and ask for more refinement in the user story from the business analyst. So it will be useful for all the roles, but especially this is targeting for Salesforce PA. So this user story example I'm giving on automating the lead assignment based on the criteria. So we are not specifying on which criteria the lead assignment will work, but we'll consider different criteria based on that lead assignment will work. So let's see how you can define the user story for this scenario. So user story says that you can watch my other video on user story. So user story is basically a requirement specific to user, and the functionality that he wants intended to do in the application, and what will be the outcome of that functionality. So you have to specify the persona that functionality is targeting for, basically the users, right? So here I've specified only one user as a sales user, but we have to consider different persona here, like sales user, sales manager, or could be regional manager, right? As a sales manager, I want to automate the process of assigning leads to sales representative based on a predefined criteria, right? So that leads are distributed efficiently and the response times are reduced and manual errors are minimized. So we are not sure about on which criteria will we are assigning the leads to the sales representative. So we'll be asking follow-up question with the stakeholders or business user in order to refine this user story further, right? So acceptance criteria. So there is a format for acceptance criteria: given, when, then. So given a lead is created with a region specified, when the lead is saved, then it should be assigned to the sales team for that region. So another criteria: given a lead is created without a region, when the lead is saved, then it should be assigned to the default general sales queue. Okay, so the other criteria could be system should notify assigned users via email, and if leads are missing mandatory field, should display a validation error message. And so important thing comes up here. When you writing a user story like this, you will meet with business user or stakeholder, and you will set up a time with them, and you will refine the user story and gather all the details that are needed for this functionality. So follow-up questions start from the business process understanding. So you need to understand their current process, how leads are currently assigned to sales rep or teams at the moment. So, and what challenges are you facing with the current manual lead assignment process? What is the ultimate goal of automating lead assignment? Example, like do we want to improve the response time, increase efficiency, reduce errors, and what challenges, what is the ultimate goal, right? How does lead assignment align with your overall sales process? So that is very important. So these are the follow-up questions that you will ask to understand the business process from the business users. And another uh, criteria for assignment. So you will check what would be the criteria for the assignment. What fields and data points should determine the lead assignment? Example like are we just focusing on the region, lead source, or product interest, industry, annual revenue. So if the region is particular this, so we want to assign to particular queue. If the lead source is email, we want to assign to different queue members. So like that, we have to define the data points, right? Are there specific rule for prioritizing lead? Example based on lead score or deal size, right? Are there any exception to the rule? So means what will if the lead assignment doesn't qualify any criteria? So where the lead will go? So example, lead with incomplete information, especially handling requirement, right? So should unqualified leads be handled differently? So are we creating a different queue, or are we assigning those leads to a default user? So you need to define each and everything when you'll be filling the gaps, right? So assignment rules and logic. So these are the questions you will ask on the assignment rules and logic. Should leads be assigned to individuals, teams, or queue? So now you will determine this. So you will ask question, do you want to assign to individuals, teams, or queue? Is there any need for round robin distribution or weighted distribution among sales rep? So if we are going for queue, do you want are we interested in round robin distribution, or they will assign themselves manually when the leads will come into the queue? So you will basically clear those areas. How should leads be handled when the assigned user is unavailable? So what will happen if the assigned user is unable, if we are enabling the round robin distribution? And should reassignment happen automatically if a lead is not followed up within specific time? So what will happen uh, if the lead automatically, if the lead assignment is not happening automatically, right? Are there any criteria when a lead should bypass automation and go to manager for manual assignment? So what would be the criteria if we want to bypass some this automation, right? And so so when you will ask on the escalation and notification things also, should the leads remain unassigned for certain period to be escalated? So what would be the escalation criteria if nobody is taking that particular lead in the sales team? What should be the notified when leads are assigned and reassigned and escalated? Should notification sent via email or Salesforce notification, or are we planning to integrate some tools with the Salesforce like Slack? Uh, or do you want to notify sales rep about their assigned leads in batches or individually? So these questions will help you to determine the escalation and notification requirements, and data integrity and validation. So these are the questions that you're gonna ask about what will be the mandatory field when somebody is completing creating the lead and can be assigned. Should validation rule prevent saving leads with incomplete? So what will be the validation rules are we uh, placing while creating the lead in the Salesforce ecosystem, and how uh, from where and how the leads are being generated in sales, because there can be multiple channels through which we are creating leads in our Salesforce application, right? So it could be through web form, it could be through email, or we are buying leads from a different company also. So there could be, manual data loader or manual uploading process also uh, when we are creating lead in the system. So we need to determine each and every aspect when we are automating this process. So how do you handle duplicate leads? Are we, handling the duplicates or not in uh, the system, and how they should be flagged and how they should be merged, right? So these are the, these are the follow-up question that you will ask from the business user, and it's very important when somebody is asking you in interview, and they will give you scenario to create a user story for any particular requirement, and they want to check your uh, business analyst skills, like how you will gather requirements and what follow-up question you're gonna ask from the business users or stakeholders when you are refining the requirements. So make sure you consider uh, different scenario, and prepare yourself for the follow-up question when you are attending interview. And it's very important also when you are in the job as well. So how you um, uh, interact with business users or stakeholders when you are talking about on the requirements, right? So let me know if you have any question, and I'll definitely post more examples on the user story. So stay connected with my channel, and I'll catch you up in my next video. Thank you very much.